Do I even want to take this test? Oh, God. I'm taking the ADHD test to prove to you guys that I don't have ADHD. All right. Let's see. The Azra's contents. How do I take it? Take the test here. Azra's a 5. What the? 2 minutes, 6 questions. That's a lot of reading. Oh, God. 6 questions? That's so much words for 6. It is a screening tool. Oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is a lot of fucking reading. It's a lot of reading. Failed already? I did not fail. I have not failed. Question 1. How often do you have difficulty concentrating on what people say to you, even when they're speaking to you directly? Uh-oh. Sometimes. Often? That's not true. Sometimes. Often. But it's only sometimes. When somebody really needs to talk to me and it's important, I do listen. I'm between sometimes and often. I do pay attention when it's important. I do. You remember everything? No. Yes. Sometimes. Sometimes. It's sometimes. Question 2. How often do you leave your seat in meetings or other situations when you're expected to remain seated? Rarely. I don't really do that. I'm kind of in my bed when I'm in meetings. I don't get up all the time. This is a terrible question to ask. I don't doze off in meetings. Sometimes I do browse other things while I'm in a meeting. It depends on the type of meeting. Okay, sometimes. How often do you have difficulty unwinding and relaxing when you have time to yourself? Often. Very often. Question 4. When you're in a conversation, how often do you find yourself finishing the sentences of the people you are talking to before they can finish them themselves? Huh? Finish people's sentences? Sometimes. Yeah, but I never do it out loud. I do it in my head, but not out loud. Like, it's rude to say it out loud. Does it count if it's in my head? It's rude to say it out loud. You don't want to do that. You want to give people a chance to talk and say what they have to say. It doesn't count if it's in my head. I put rarely. Question 5. How often do you put things off until the last minute? Very often. But everybody does that. Question 6. How often do you depend on others to keep your life in order and attend to details? Very often. T results. 17. You might have ADHD, but check with a doctor. See? Oh. Uh-oh. Now what the fuck is this Pooh test? Pooh pathology test. Which Winnie the Pooh character do you resemble? If a good thing comes my way, I don't feel happy about it. I don't feel I deserve to be happy. You know, if it would have been several years ago, I would have said, I agree completely. I would have thought this all the way up to here. But I think through life experience, it's gone down. I think I'm about here. I feel like sometimes I do feel like I deserve to be happy, but sometimes I feel like I don't deserve it. It's hard. So I'm gonna put, I would put middle, but I think I'm getting to a point where I feel more and more that I think I do deserve it after all this time. I have more moments where I feel like I do than I feel like I don't. So I'm putting it here, but I'm not all the way over here yet. I'm still here. Yeah, I have imposter syndrome. I get imposter syndrome too. I'm kind of like in between these two. Where are we tuning on mental health level? Bro, I'm telling you. I feel like sometimes like-minded people just gravitate to like-minded people. You know what I mean? I feel like backseating your answer. Really? What would you backseat my answer with? You definitely deserve happiness after bringing so much happiness to us. It's hard to feel like I do. For a long time I felt like I didn't. It's gotten better. It's gotten better. That's why I say I'm like on this level here. Like in between these two. In between middle to here. It's tough. Next question. I am quick to act on a whim, thinking little about the negative consequences of my actions. That is not true. I would say I used to be around here, but I have grown older and I've gotten older, and with age comes thinking, I think. So I think more. I think if this would have been like 10 years ago, it would have been pretty bad. I feel like a long time ago, I really didn't give a shit. I didn't really care. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care if I was hurting myself, and I didn't care about my life. But I think it was because of the fact that I was so sick that I was just like, in my brain, I was just like, man, I'm just gonna die anyway, so anything that I do, it doesn't matter. So I was just like really in a mindset where it's like nothing really mattered and nothing I did mattered. So I really didn't care. And then now I've changed. Now I do think about things and I think about stuff. So I'm gonna say I'm about here with disagreed. I am undersensitive to social cues and the prospect of danger. Oh, I highly disagree. As a matter of fact, I feel like I'm always in danger. I have a hyper awareness to danger. I feel like my life is always in danger. Why is Pooh here? Listen, it's all about Winnie the Pooh, okay? I'm like hyper aware at all times. Next one. I frequently lose things forgetting where I put my stuff. This is hard for me because I feel like if I were to go out a lot, I would lose my shit. But I don't go anywhere, so I don't really lose anything. And I don't forget anything. But I feel like if I would go out and I would go out and do stuff, I feel like I would forget a lot of stuff. I feel like I'd forget a ton of stuff. I'm gonna say... I think I'm gonna keep it in the middle. I think I might just keep it in the middle. Because I feel like I have a I feel like I could have a tendency to do that. But because of the fact that I don't do anything, I don't really go anywhere, I don't have the opportunity to do it, so I can't really tell. I take things too literally so that I often miss the intention behind what people are trying to say. I don't feel like that's true. I disagree. I would say... Yeah, I disagree. I feel like I can pretty much tell what people are trying to say to me. So I don't have an issue with that. I don't know. Question 6. My thoughts jump from topic to topic with little consistency or control. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, agree. Roro. It's called being creative. It's called being creative. Computer, shut up! Shut up, computer! I finished my work and chores before tending to hobbies and fun. Oh, disagree. I won't put a hard disagree because I feel like, you know, I have to do stuff, but here's the problem. My job is fun. My work is fun. So it's like, it's hard to tell because my work is fun. So it's like, my work is my hobby. So I'll put here. I'm gonna be honest, I really don't do chores. I don't do chores. I'm a grown-ass woman. My mom does my chores. Question 8. People think I say strange things in my mind. I am sure they talk about me behind my back, picking apart every little thing I said or did. Huh? In my mind, I'm sure they talk about me behind my back, picking apart every little thing I said or did. I'm gonna be honest, if people do, I really don't give a shit. I don't really care. If they pick apart what I said, I mean, they could ask me directly and ask me what I mean. Just be direct with me. If they don't want to ask me directly to know what I said, then, well, whatever. That's their problem. I used to care. I used to care about stuff like that all the time. I used to care about stuff like that a lot. I think for me, it's more like I care about my friends. Like, it's not that I care if they talk about me behind my back. It's that I would care if, like, they wouldn't come to me and, like, ask me about it. That's what I would care about. But I wouldn't care. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't really care about stuff like that. But I feel like my close friends, if they had an issue with what I said, they would approach me and they would talk to me about it. So I'll put disagree. I sometimes think that I have powers that other people would not be able to understand. Huh? What? What the? Am I 12? I don't think that at all. What the Question 10. I'm often told that I am a very correct and respected person. What does correct person mean? What that mean? That I'm always right? What does always being right and being a respected person have to do with each other? I feel like those two things are not mutually exclusive. That's such a strange question. Polite and proper? I disagree, I think. I feel like I disagree. I don't think I'm proper. I feel like people respect you. I mean, maybe I'll put it in the middle, I guess. I'll just put it in the middle. I don't feel like I'm prim and proper, though. When things get too boring, I feel compelled to start adding a little color to the situation to get the party started. Sometimes. But a lot of my friends I feel like are extroverts. So I really don't have to do such a thing. Things rarely ever get boring. Wait, is this in a negative connotation? Do they mean... Wait, stir the pot? Like, negative? If it's negative, no. I feel like things are never boring, though. It's asking if you're a disturber. Is that what this means? I'm not a stir. I don't stir pots. I'll just leave it in the middle. This is such a vague question. I am constantly daydreaming. No. I disagree. I am not. I feel like years ago, it was all the way back here. But now it's like, I think maybe it's in the middle. I feel like I do sometimes, but not all the time. I think now, like, I do kind of daydream. No, you know what? No. I'm gonna put disagree. I'm not gonna put it in the middle. I'm gonna put it more towards the disagree than the agree. I feel better about making big decisions if I get others to suggest a course of action and then follow that. Is this like asking for advice? I feel like I'm in the middle. Sometimes I ask people for advice, but not all the time. But I usually don't tell people, oh, tell me what to do when it's like something important. I'll just put it in the middle, I think. I'll leave it in the middle. The thought of having no one in my corner to look out for me makes me seriously afraid. Not really, because I feel like I disagree. My thought process is if I have somebody in my corner, it makes me happy and it makes me more feel secure and happy. But if I didn't have anybody, I'd be okay because I know what it's like to feel alone. And I know what it's like to feel like you have nobody in your corner at all. And like, it was scary, but now that I went through it, I'm like, I'm okay. I could do it again if I have to. If the worst comes to worst, I could do that again and I'll be okay. So I'm not afraid of being all alone again. It will be sad, but I'm not afraid of being alone again. So I disagree. You won't be alone never ever. Ari! I love you, Ari. I'm gonna cry. What the fuck? I just know what it's like to be alone. And I'm okay. I'm okay with being alone. It'll be sad, but if I have to do it alone, I'll be okay. I've been through stuff you would never believe, chat. You would never believe. Number 15. I don't feel that things are under control unless I'm in charge. I disagree. I'm almost never happy and I can't really think of anything that would make me happy. I disagree. I'm very happy. There are times when I'm very sad. I have a lot of I think what people don't understand. I'm a generally happy person. But I think deep down inside of me, like a lot of happy people, we have extreme sadness inside of us, and I do have extreme sadness inside of me. But I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. But deep inside of me, where there's a collection of extreme sadness inside of me that's just deep, and I just think it's just a sadness that will never go away. But it doesn't come out often. But when it does... But I'm talking like, there was like a moment in my life where it was just like, I could literally tell you that I would cry every day. I think there were several years of my life where, no joke, I would cry every day. Every day I would cry alone. But that's fine. That doesn't really happen anymore, so I'm fine. So I disagree. But it's because of that. It's because of those moments that I went through of extreme, like, horrible sadness and loneliness that I could say without a doubt that I know what it's like and I'm happy and I'm okay. However, there is a little orb of sadness in me that's hidden deep away. Yeah, it's like a little pearl. It's like a little orb. A little orby. Number 17. Can you think of something that would make you happy? Streaming makes me happy. Being able to sing makes me happy. Chat makes me happy. Hanging out with Connor makes me happy. Hanging out with friends makes me happy. There's many things. I am uncomfortable around strangers and sometimes fantasize that they will hurt me. Fantasize? That's crazy. I disagree. It depends. That's a weird wording of a question. I frequently have problems staying with the task at hand. Agree! When I feel overwhelmed by my senses, I have to isolate myself to shut them down. What does that mean? Overwhelmed by senses? Oh, like stimulation? Overload? Sensory overload? I'm putting in the middle, because sometimes yes, sometimes no. Actually, I kind of disagree. I do have panic attacks. I'll put it in the middle. I don't have to do this often, but I do disassociate from time to time. It depends on the situation. Oh, when you're overwhelmed. I guess it's kind of true. I'll put it in the middle still. I take care to spend my money wisely so that I can handle an unforeseen situation. I feel like I'm gonna put it in the middle. Because I feel like I do to a certain extent, but also I love cinnamon roll, so... But I also like I don't splurge on crazy shit, but I feel like it's because I don't really go out or do anything, so it's like... I feel like if I were to go out and do stuff, would I? You know what I mean? It's a question that I ask myself. I'm like, if I were, would I? And I don't know. Even when things are going fine for me, I'm anxious that it won't last. Oh, yes. Absolutely agree. I always feel like something horrible is gonna happen. But I feel like that's the Latina in me. It's the way I was raised to always expect the worst. At all times, at every moment. I often think that interactions with other people are just more trouble than they're worth. I disagree. I feel like it's important to interact with people, but only if you feel comfortable with interacting with them. If you feel comfortable and you want to, do it. If you don't want to and you don't feel comfortable, don't do it. Sometimes people smile at me in the street and I don't really know why. I don't ever go out in the street, so I don't know. Would people smile at me in the street? I don't know. I'm gonna leave it in the middle because I don't know. I seem to have so much energy that I can sometimes be exhausting or annoying to others. Oh, I feel like I can. I feel like I can be exhausting, but I feel like even if I am exhausting or annoying to other people, why do I give a shit? To me, it's just like, well, if they have an issue with me, they can just tell me. Why is that my problem? Why is that my problem? That's not my problem. I can't stop being who I am. You know what I mean? So to me, it's like, maybe I am, but I really don't care. I guess. I'll just leave it in the middle, because I'm just like, whatever. Where's Connor when we need him? I don't think Connor finds me annoying, because if he did, we wouldn't be friends. Still. To this day. If he found me exhausting and annoying, we wouldn't be friends. And we wouldn't talk every day. So I don't think that's the case. But I feel like there's always going to be something that you do that might annoy somebody or make you tired. Because it happens. It happens with everybody. And I think the important thing is if something does happen, talk about it and express your feelings. Communicate. And if you ever in your life ever feel like somebody is annoying you or they feel exhausting to you to the point where it makes you very upset and you want to do something that you'd regret, like hurt somebody, you need to take a break. You need to take a break and you need to step away. Gotta tell them, you know? I'm gonna put it in the middle. I always make sure that my work is well planned and well structured. I disagree. I disagree. People sometimes tell me I give unrelated answers to their questions. I disagree. That's not true. I don't like to beat around the bush when it comes to serious stuff. When it comes to like joking around and stuff, I don't mind fucking around. But like, if it's like serious stuff, I try to be as precise and as good, like as I don't know, accurate, I don't know how you would say, direct, yeah, as direct as I can. Sometimes you might even say things that might hurt another person and hurt their feelings. But you know, at the end of the day, I think about it this way. If I have a friend and they really care about me and they tell me the truth and the truth makes me upset, then that's a good friend. Because a friend will tell you the truth, even if it hurts your feelings. And you guys might not be okay with each other at the moment, but in the end, in the future, hopefully they'll be able to understand, you know? I've been sad most of my life. Agreed. It's hard. It's hard because, like, I'm not sad now, but I spent so much of my life sad that it's kind of true. Maybe I'll put it in the middle because I feel like I've had a good 8 years of not being sad, but I've had many years of being sad. You have an alright voice? Well, thanks. Yeah, even as a kid, like, I was just I was just a sad goyle. I think I'm gonna put it in the middle though. I'm kind of 50-50. When I'm alone, I sometimes feel as if there is something or someone watching me. I disagree, however. I used to not feel this way. I used to feel like it was true, like there was somebody watching me, but I don't feel like this anymore. Disagree. Sarcasm and tone of voice are often lost to me. Disagree. I can get sarcasm and tone. I'm not good with text though. Text messaging, like texting and stuff, like typing. That's the thing that confuses me sometimes because I'm like, man, what did they mean by that? That's why I'd rather like chat on voice when we're trying to solve problems and type it in like a DM. I'm always worried about one thing or another. Agreed. I'm Latina. I worry about everything. I'm always worrying about something. If I could get a degree in worrying, I would. I learned from the best, my mom. It's true. I talk more and I think faster than others. I talk a lot, but I don't know if I think faster than other people. So I want to say agreed, but I don't know. I kind of agree. When I start feeling down, it's as if I keep sinking until I've hit rock bottom. Oh. I used to feel like that. I used to feel like I'll keep sinking, but I disagree now. I feel like I've learned how to slowly lift myself up and not feel like I'm hitting rock bottom. I used to do that a lot. I used to spiral a lot, but now I feel like I've learned more about myself and I'm a bit better equipped with dealing with stuff that I don't spiral. However, there are things that I just can't deal with that I feel like if I do deal with them, it will make me spiral, which is why I don't deal with them at all. And I just push them inside and tuck them away and don't think about it. So, disagree in the middle? Just don't deal with it. Somebody will probably say, that's not healthy. You have to deal with all your problems. Well, you know what? For my mental health, I'm not going to deal with all my problems. I might never deal with all my problems, and that's fine. I'm better at running away from my problems. I mean, guys, come on. I'm streaming 13 hours. Can you not tell that I'm running away from shit? Jesus. Hello? Oh my god, I'm 63% piglet and 57% poo and 57% tiger? So ADD, anxiety, and ADHD? I'm gonna jump off a bridge. Oh boy. I'm so cooked. Oh my god, me too. ADHD and anxiety. Yeah, but I have PTSD, so this makes so much sense. I have ADHD. I don't have ADHD. I have PTSD, so it makes sense that a test would think I have ADHD. Wait, why is Christopher Robin schizophrenia? Oh my god, what? Is it because he imagined all these characters? Oh my god, that's f***ed up. Oh my god, stop. Because he talks to animals, stop it. I'm 30% Christopher Robin and 30% ER, what the fuck? Well, I'm 17% Rue. I don't have autism, so that's a fact. I just have high anxiety. Oh boy. Piglet is generalized anxiety disorder. Oh my god. Dear god. Am I okay? Chat? Chat, am I okay? I've learned a lot about myself today.